Howdy y'all, I want to talk about Kiborg. This is a roguelike game, which is crazy because I don't play those type of games, so the fact that I'm even playing one is extreme rarity. The only ones of note that I've really played are like Hades, and I enjoyed Hades, but I don't enjoy the concept of roguelikes usually. I don't play Souls games kind of for that reason too. I'm not one to play a game that's based on playing the same thing over and over again or seeing the same enemies over and over again. You know, that experience, you build up your character and you get abilities in these kinds of games, and that's what makes up for that. But for me, it just still doesn't quite work or fit for the games that I've played. Having said all that though, this might be the first one of its type that I'm really enjoying. And I think it's just because it's a dumb, fun, beat-em-up experience. So you're playing this character that's in this tower, and you go through the tower, and there's multiple rooms. Usually there's 2 rooms, you choose which one you want to go in, and there's these screens that tell you what the reward's gonna be, whether it's a new melee weapon, a gun, maybe an ability, or currency, or whatnot, and it tells you that. Majority of the places you go, no matter what you choose, is gonna take you to a similar situation. You're gonna go into a little arena location and you're gonna beat up a bunch of dudes. And playing it on PS5, it ran well. Using the controller, it felt good. And I had a great time beating all these people up. And as I continued through the experience, once you beat an area, this like fridge cabinet just comes out of the sky. And it lands on the ground, and you open it up, and usually gives you multiple options as far as, oh, do you want to buy this type of body armor or this type or this type? Claim which one you want, claim which kind of weapon you want, and they all have different attributes to them, like most of these things do. And once you get that, you move on to the next area. And of course, your health bar slowly goes down over time. You may get opportunities to refill it back up, but for the most part, you're going as long as you can before you kick the bucket. Once you kick the bucket, you go back to the beginning of the tower and you restart all over again. What I did like about this experience too, besides being able to upgrade my character over time, was being able to add other elements to help me get through the game. So I was able to unlock the ability to start off with a gun or a melee weapon, because the game doesn't start off giving you that stuff to begin with. So the game is doing a good job of increasing stats, abilities, and items that can help you get further into the game, and I am feeling that. For me though, I'm not, again, great at these type of games either because I don't really play them. And so at this point, I've only gotten to the first boss and I haven't quite beat it yet. And it's one of those things where on one playthrough, I got pretty close, but then the next one, I didn't even get nowhere near as close. And it just kind of varied every time. And it's probably gonna be one of those like dumb luck things for me to get through it. But I really like beating all these people up. You have like a circle attack. You can use to attack multiple enemies. The sidearm you can use to quickly shoot enemies, and then you have a bigger weapon like an assault rifle that you can use. So the controls are interesting for the guns specifically because I use L2 to bring out the short-handed gun, and he kind of auto locks on to the enemies. And then for the bigger weapon, you hold down L2 and then use R2 to shoot. So it's an interesting thing where at first I was playing it felt kind of wonky, but then when I thought about it, I was like, okay, this kind of makes sense why the control scheme was this way. In addition, every once in a while, I would come to a room that wasn't fighting based. I came into a room that would give me an ability automatically, and then there's another room that's a grid. And what you have to do is stand on this grid, and if the grid turns red, you get health taken away. But if it's green, you get health back. And it's moments like that that was nice. The game kind of giving you some leeway, trying to help you out. And it could either help you or harm you, depending on how quick your reflexes are. And you'd be in this grid room. Some of them were not lit up, so nothing would happen, but would do it multiple times in a row. And it was nice to have that slight change of pace, and I wonder as you get further into the game if there are other varied rooms of different experiences. So far, that's like the only other two I've come across besides going in and fight a bunch of people. So there's two main characters to this game besides the one you play. One's an AI person, and one's the person that's kind of running the show. The AI assistant in the beginning gives you a computer that you can use to learn how the game works. As soon as you hop in, it's like, here's a tutorial. You don't necessarily have to do it, but if you want to, it's there. You can take whatever tutorials you want at any time, and it was nice to have that open option right at the beginning. As you're continuing through experience, the AI character will pop up and try to remind you of how certain things work or give you little hints. And it was fine. The voiceover for this game is solid, I would say, especially for the main guy that's in charge of this arena thing. But for the AI character specifically, for her, I would at times feel a little bit of awkwardness, where as I was playing through the game, she would mention something that wasn't necessarily related to what I was doing, or she would mention something related, but she would be like off timeline wise, where I would be doing something and she's like, oh, you can use this. I'm like, well, I just used that. Why are you telling me this? And things like that. So because of that, there was a couple awkward moments with this AI just because the timing and what she says would be off from the moment and felt out of place. The second character of the game is an interesting one. He's got a little bit of personality to him. He kind of talks to you in between rounds, and he kind of says random stuff. There's not a huge story there. It's just him commentating on what you're doing, but he's kind of fun. He doesn't repeat himself too much, at least with the bit that I played, and I found him, you know, a little less annoying than the AI character that was there. Even when you get to the boss, and that boss shows up, there's no real special intro or anything for the boss. The boss is just like, I'm here, let's fight. And there's no background or lore or anything, at least with what I played of the bosses. So there's not much of a story there. And as a person who played games for the story, of course, that's a negative for me. But with this type of game and experience I'm getting, I don't feel the need really to have much of a story. It's fine. I'm just going into rooms beating the crap out of dudes, and I can't really complain about that. It's fun. Story, whatever. It's fine. I got a colorful character in between, and that's enough for me. That's not taking my away from an experience like this. So I would say if you're on the fence about roguelikes, if you haven't tried too many, if you like fighting games or beat 'em ups, if you like dumb fun, this might be a good one to try out. It might be a good intro to that genre for you. And for me, as somebody who doesn't normally like these games, saying that means a lot, I think.